What's up, everybody? I'm currently on my way to wrap a drag car. And this video is just going to be all about going after it, Just stepping into your calling and a purpose for this earth and what, the world has to offer versus what you're offering to the world. So keep God first. Let's get into this video. So yeah, I'm almost here. The vehicle that I'm going to be working on used to be owned by Kai Kelly. That's from Street Outlaws. I'm actually pulling up right now, and given the permission, I'll show you the cars. That's one of like 10 cars this person owns. And it sounds way better than my truck. He's gonna start it here in a second. Listen. Yep, that's nice right there. But yeah, let me show you what I'm working on. Wow! So this is a Camaro drag car, full like tube frame, everything. You can see the exhaust right there. And I'm over here, I've already vinyl wrapped the doors. So these doors used to be gray. And I wrapped those. And now you can see I matched the paint. Satin blacks here, satin blacks there. And then gloss black. So I did that vinyl work. It's a little bit of random dust there, but yeah, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tackle this roof because of that damage right there. So this is actually satin black paint, and the story is brake fluid or something got left on it, and so I'm going to sand it down and bring it back to life. So there's that, plus making this black again. You see it all right there. All of that needs to be black. I'm going to get started here in a little bit on the spray, but the first thing I need to do is sand this stuff down. I never thought this opportunity would come, but it came because 5 years ago someone else vinyl wrapped the roof of an Audi, and then I ended up taking that vinyl off about 3 months ago. And it just so happened that the owner of that car is the wife to the husband of someone who knows this guy, who has a large business that owns these cars. And pretty much that's how I come into play. My quality work on the back end of someone else's work, taking their work off. Now here I am doing this. And the timing, the alignment of all of that, that's all God. I give credit to God in so many ways, and I'm thankful that I get to work on this one now. So let me stop yapping away and let's get to work. This is as level as it can be with sanding, and now I'm going to add some filler to basically flatten everything, and then from there I'll be able to put the vinyl on it. What I did was I started with a 40 grit to get that duct tape stuff off, and then I moved to basically like a 220 on a foam pad, and I got the rest out and I feathered it a little bit there, like how you would paint. I'm no professional here, I'm just doing what I see on the interwebs. So now I'm going to put I'm no expert at painting, let me say that, in body work, but I have done enough to know what works. So here's that. So I had everything else prepared, but I forgot to get a tool to spread the Bondo out of the can, and I also forgot something to put the Bondo on so I can mix it before I put it on the actual car. So this is all those supplies. When you are going after a certain job or task, don't ever sell yourself short. Go out there, get the job done, and do it with style. You're the only one meant to make it happen. All right, they about to pull a Chevelle in. Y'all gotta hear this thing. Wow, that Chevelle sounded amazing. And it's on race E85, not just normal E85. So as I'm mixing this Bondo, minimal hardener was required again. And as I apply this, it's a very thin layer. I didn't need a whole lot. The panel was mostly flat already. So this is the end result. And now I'm on to something else while it dries. All right, while that Bondo was drying, I did take it upon myself to use the world's most expensive masking tape, scrap wrap, and mask off the areas that I'm going to keep the paint away from. A little issue there, but yeah, we'll make it work. Being that I'm going to use my actual paint gun and not a spray can, I can get really precise, so not a lot of masking is required, especially on a drag car where. And this is who we do it for, the little guys. You know what I'm saying? As a father, I feel like this person right here, my offspring, is what I get up in the morning for. I actually got up in the morning for dreams of my own, and then this is what it is. But then I had kids, and then I realized this stuff isn't as important as they are. So now, before I go off on another rant, let me just show you what it looks like afterwards. And from my hand, this is pretty smooth. I did not use a sanding block. This is those three. So 40 grit, and then I went to a 120 grit. And then on there right now is an 800, just to kind of, I don't know, for my own sanity, I feel it a little different with the 800 than the 120. So it's really smooth, it's really flat, it's really level. And that work is done. Now I need to put some satin black over it and gives this car a nice finished touch before I move on to that door and this door jam painting. So it is a little hot. It's a lot of hot in order to wrap that. So instead of wrapping right now, I'm going to paint, and then once the paint dries, I can get it back inside the bag, and then I can wrap it when the temperature's not so hot. I will catch you guys after I spray it, because that's just too much to do. And of course, at the end of the day, there's plenty of videos on that. But yeah, let me just do my thing. I'll be back to show you what it looks like. All right, so one last showing of the before with all of the white and all of the just, I would call it ugly. Let's just call it ugly. And then we get down to the bottom there, and then now this is the after. As you can see, the black is in there. For how old this car is, having all black is a pleasure. You know, this car looks really good now. I mean, you can't see anything up there, honestly. The camera angle's a little off, but there we go. We're starting to see more of that white that is not there anymore. And this is using a paint gun from Harbor Freight, the detail spray gun. All right, so I've officially finished the painting portion. Now it's time to pull the drag car into the bay here. What you hear right now is me draining my tank from the bottom. There's a petcock at the bottom, and I'm letting all the moisture out of it from the bottom. And therefore, it's ready to put back in my truck. And then all I got to do is focus on the vinyl aspect of this, and then I'll be finished. So I have to pull this into the garage, literally. It'll probably use like 20 gallons of gas if I started it and then just backed it up. So we're just going to push it back. And what I mean by we is just me. If you could help through this video, I would greatly appreciate it. But it wasn't that simple to push back. I think the tire pressure was just not built for 1 horsepower pushing it back, or half a horsepower, since I'm not as strong as a horse. But I got it in there. It was kind of cool to see me push it, watching it in real time as a time lapse right now. So I'm just laughing at the struggle I had to go through. And now here's me putting the vinyl on the roof. It's a pretty good match. It's Avery SW900 Supreme wrapping film, satin black, and I use knifeless to make a line perfectly straight from front to back, and I cover the area And I do the same thing for the passenger side of the car. Just like this. There's a little roof cut in the front and the back, and then you seal it all up, post heat, and done. And just like that, I have completed the task. We have wrapped the top. It looks like nothing ever happened. All right, so I'm about to head out for now. Gotta go pick up my kids from school, but owner actually came through. He did a little burnout in his Raptor, Ford Raptor on the way in. And so I heard him, and then I waited for him, and he literally is like impressed. He liked the outcome, and then now because of that wonderful work that I did, and you know, it's exceptional to him, now he wants me to take any white away that's around the whole car. I'm going to get paid more now because of the work that I put in already for, you know, something I charged him for. So he's like, oh man, just go ahead and find white around the whole car and just black it out. Cause you know, seeing white on his car is just, it's a murdered out car, you know? So to see white anywhere is like, ah. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that once I get back, and then knock that out too. So I made it back. It's a little later. It's not as hot, which is my first conscious thought. But I'm here back to pretty much take all the white away out of this car. So I have to go all the way around, get this white out right there. Get all that right there, that white. I'm gonna do this right here where the striker used to be. Get that. Sorry for holding you guys sideways. See, there's white right there, and there's white right there. There's a bunch of white up there. And then, of course, on the other side, take all of that white out. Bang, bring it all the way around and uptown, up here. And then the big one that I'm going to do is here. I'm going to take all of that and make it black too. That'll be the nice touch. All right, my work here is done. I stopped recording everything and I raced against the sun outside. I have finished it. Let me show you the finished product. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call this video a wrap after I do that. So it's fully painted now in every which way. Here, all the way down. You don't see any white anywhere. And I even pulled the doors off and did the inner fenders here because they were showing white as well. Oh, before I do that, there's the rear. That used to be brown, now it's black, of course. Then there's this area as well. So this area is now painted. It's weird saying that. I'll lie to you not. I've been rapping for so long, saying painted is crazy. All the little areas we're good with now. Even checked for overspray here. There's none. But yeah, all of that's painted black now. And even looking, you know, like, I never knew I could do something like this, let's be honest. But God is definitely pulling me out of my comfort zone here. Here's more. This all used to be like a bare metal. Oh, up in there, that used to be bare metal, but now it's not. And yeah, overall, very clean, very nice look. And then there's this side. This side is fully done as well. And even in there, same thing. But you can still see there's white. You know, I can't reach all the way in there. So there it is. And that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Go out there, get the work done. Hey, and step out on faith. Keep God first, and I will catch you all on the next video.